Hello and welcome to Lord Lukan. It's time to put on your comfy pants and put down your coffee because we're going in on another episode of Love After Lockup. It's a return of a bunch of Macs as we get some of this guy.
Look at you!
I know, I'm excited too. And these people are back.
I got an eviction notice saying that I have to move.
Well, that music career is certainly taking care of business. This one's back again.
Molly's moving in, like I'm getting my kid back.
Oh yes, it's the revenge of the discount Keira Knightley. And Jeffrey Dahmer's sorted his hair out, kind of. Still a bit comb-overy. And the mastermind of much geniusness, the Lord of the Lies, it's only bloody Professor Chance.
I like the idea of investing in a limo.
How do you go wrong with this?
Hello, and a blisteringly warm welcome to the channel. It's been a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm still alive and kicking. Thank you for all the support you guys have been giving the channel. I love you very dearly, you beautiful people. And don't forget a huge vat of lotion number 5 3/4 to the members of the Lukan Manor. This episode's comment of the week, goes to JG who said, "Damn, that shyness is a wanker stain." Good job. Loads of lovely comments actually, so thank you so much for the support. Since I saw you last, I've had a birthday, did a thing called Christmas, and got a golden trophy thing for a bit of K1 kickboxing. And yeah, I look awful in that picture. 3rd round TKO by way of beautiful question mark kick to the head, by the way. You know, just in case you wondered. Right, anyway, so first on the tour today is a trip to see Chance Branson. And as always, his past is nibbling at his heels, including a rather scary man called Bobo, which isn't exactly the scariest of bad guy names, particularly if, like me, you watched Weird Al Yankovic in the 90s.
Say, Bobo, what's wrong?
But Chance owes Bobo from the big house some big bucks, and he's starting to get some big visits.
Where's your old man at?
He's not here.
Oh dear, could this be trouble on the front porch?
Tell him Bobo said TikTok.
Well, that's okay then, he's just popped over to do some TikToks.
TikTok.
I bet they make some really sophisticated TikTokery.
That's very kind of alarming.
Yeah, I know, I saw it too. The smoker. I bet he came home with that one day and told her it was the next amazing idea he had. Like the pressure washing business, which, let's face it, doesn't look like he's been using. The next clip is a game I like to call Try and Watch This Without Totally Looking at the Tear in Chance's trousers.
Just don't worry about it, okay? I'm gonna take care of it.
Alright, talk to you later.
So he explains the problem to his friend who sounds like the brother from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, everyone, let's pray.
How much do you owe him?
That's the thing about Chance. You can't say he's not consistent. Whether he's putting his penis in, on, or around you, or not, he'll still lie, cheat, and steal from you. There's no discrimination, you know? He's all about diversity. So what's the problem? Aside from the whole $1,000 thing.
Right now, he's gunning for me because he feels like, one, I lied to him.
Okay, so Tayler can identify with that?
He feels like I disrespected him.
Okay, yes, so Tayler can identify with that.
And I embarrassed him in front of his people.
Okay, so he treated him like any other relationship, really.
I didn't see that coming. Probably because I had my back turned.
But that's enough for him now. Let's go see an old friend of mine in Rhode Island. It's the couple that totally need their own title sequence. It's the Millz's. Oh, look at them. Overjoyed to be back. Juju and Moo Moo. Millz is taking a break from his totally not at all dodgy financial advice enterprise. That super duper amazing music career. To return and embrace the snow on the peaks with his cute little chubby cheeks. Who can't love that smile? One of the few things he's not got from Etsy. The orange does make him look a bit Guantanamo Bay though. But hey, he doesn't look like he's off to lay some asphalt this time. Juju, who looks like Morticia Adams' before picture from Weight Watchers, is still rocking that chain. Etsy. Anyway, today they're off to dinner.
It could be the dinner from hell.
And what is that, Mr. Millz?
We want to let our parents in on a few of our big choices that we have coming up.
Translation. We're gonna drop a bunch of news on our parents, then ask them to co-sign with Juju on a house we'll be moving into. Seems pretty straightforward to me, but this season, it's not just a meeting with Roz from Monsters, Inc.
There is no plan. The plan is to just leave it in God's hands.
It's also with Millz' super direct mum too, who had such classic hits as
That's very inappropriate, that's very invasive.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So they do a bit of small talk.
She want blue fuzzies, blue icy.
I have no idea what he's talking about, And who cares anyway? Let's get to the low-key sniping.
Talking about that, I have a gift for you guys.
See, Mike?
A little gift.
Oh, lovely. A gift? How thoughtful. What kind of amazing and totally not incendiary thing could she have got for them?
A tiny divorce.
Oh, yes, she did. She could have just slightly slipped it to Millz when she got a sneaky moment, but no, that's Juju's job. Anyway, she went full psychopath and wrapped it and publicly gifted it to them, on film, and did it all in front of Roz. It'll be fine. This plan could totally not backfire at all.
Basically, you're calling her a tramp.
And we'll be back with them very shortly. Over now to another returning couple. Roll out the red carpet because it's Love After Lockup's big deal rapper. It's OG Kame. And do you remember that time when Cameron and Derek had that dance-off? Anyway, we're off to see Aris and OG Kame. Oh, look at them. He might be a ghetto Oscar the Grouch, but Aris is probably the most down-to-earth and genuine. Well, you know, in this show, of course, if you ignore her delusions of spousal grandeur. But she was, of course, voted as the most liked character by you beautiful viewers, in our previous livestream. Today, OG Attenborough is exploring the undergrowth.
Smells like agriculture out here.
And not the kind of agriculture you were arrested for, mister. So he and Lena are checking out the local shrubbery.
It is a good shrubbery. I like the laurels particularly.
And I'm totally not going to mention the fact he's about the same size as a 10-year-old girl. So the conversation turns to responsibility. Specifically, that Lena spoke about the plant ownership being a precursor to having babies. So Professor Kame turns on the Phil from Fresh Prince's heartfelt moment routine.
Sometimes what feels good is wrong.
Even does the little knowing swaggery walk.
You equate taking care of a plant to taking care of a child, sweetheart?
And he sees his opportunity to do a bit of dramatic acting. And walking away wisely towards the camera, spouting profound don't you knows.
I guess I see where you...
Well, he kind of tries to, but Lena keeps messing up his first couple of lines.
I guess I see where you're coming from as far as responsibility goes.
Yeah, you know, close enough. We got the idea. Got to say, though, Lena has great character and Aris has done a great job with her. Very, very polite and courteous. Then we go back to Sensei Kame is using the plants to make a statement about responsibility.
You have to actually be there with a plant. You can just water a plant and walk away for a day.
Yeah, I don't think she's totally convinced by that either. If she's like me, she'll be thinking, yeah, but, you do have to look after plants for, a sustained period of time. Like, most living things. But OG Profound decides to give it the old turn away and walk with dramatic effect. Oops, wrong clip. Let's try that again. So, OG Socrates gives it the old turn away and walk with dramatic effect.
But I like the initiative you're taking.
yeah, good one. So his big amazing lesson was that plants aren't like kids because you don't have to look after them as much. Genius point of reference. He could have done it all gangster, of course. A kid's not like an AK, you know. You don't just spray and run away. No, there could have been actually a heartwarming moment there, till old Captain Wow opened his mouth. But not as all rosy in the hood and they're being asked to leave their home.
The reason that we have to move is really stuff that's out of my hand.
So, what's the big dealio there? Well, it's to do with the HOA, or the Housing Association rules, which are often called restrictive covenants, which sounds like an excuse for some retired traffic wardens to get all power mad and make some people's lives a misery. Like those people at self-checkout tills, who have to come and beep a little barcode when you have a problem. Those people are the worst, because they feel like the gatekeeper to your freedom. They clearly feel some sort of superiority due to having the privilege of being bestowed with this hallowed beepy thing. No one cares. Bit like letting the monkeys rule the zoo, really. On that note, I wonder what would happen if I let my little monkeys rule the manor. And yes, I'm about to show you the YouTube video they made for you guys. It's called Daddy Does It Wrong, the ASMR edition.
What's up, Dad? What's up? Yeah, we're up to that.
Oh yes, good quality YouTubing going on there. Anywho, the HOA aren't comfortable with him in their area.
They not comfortable with having me in their area.
I'm on Kame and Aris' side on this one. Why should they determine how and where you live your life? If his crime is one of those extremely naughty ones that involve small people, then yeah, sure. That would be a different story. But a guy who gets caught moving a controlled substance through a public airport, which I'm not sure is ballsy or just plain stupid, isn't exactly like living next to Jeffrey Dahmer. Not that one. This one. Granted, he doesn't do himself any favours, playing at Flop G with his grills and flying the flag. I suspect that has something to do with it. That and being on TV, talking about all that street and cool, when actually he's just got an inferiority complex and short guy syndrome. But in his mind, he's doing a great job of all this daddying going on.
Clothes on your back, food in your stomach, a roof over your head.
And Lena totally agrees.
Since I've been home, have you worried about any of that?
Yeah, well, she has had to worry about the roof over her head, and a new sibling, and a new father figure, and doing it all on TV, and gout. Well, not gout. But hey, she's got clothes and food, so, 2 out of 3 isn't bad.
You have? You worried about that? Why?
Well, one indication was when...
Wow, this look better than the apartment I grew up in, man.
It has a bedroom.
And he was trying to pretend it was all for his career.
That was a tour bus for me, because down the line, I'm gonna be touring.
Sure you will. Drive to all those fans in Finland and Brazil. It may take a while, though. And what does Aris's mum think of it?
Is this a joke? No,
so
Cameron
serious.
needs to be bopped in the head a couple fruit times because that's just crazy.
I'm suddenly a huge fan of Aris's mum. Actually, her dad was pretty cool too, though there was something a little bit slap you with a belt vibe about him. But he was superficially nice. But Aris's main concern is...
I think that he's still prioritizing his music right now.
Well, maybe he's been working really hard. Maybe he's been busy being a big deal rapper.
I've been working real hard all week, getting my treatment together for my song Check a Bag.
Ah, I see. So it's taken you a week to write a music video. Yeah, must have taken ages to write that. But don't you worry. All these thousands spent on bravado, butts and boobies is all just an investment, really.
But whatever I put into this video is gonna be made back.
Sure, yeah, it'll be fine.
All my social medias are monetized.
Well, not all of them. Certainly not any of the YouTube channels he has. Maybe get something on Spotify. And those 1,000 plus listeners and the nearly 10,000 streams. Well, you earn between $0.003 and $0.005 per stream. So you need about 250 streams to make $1. So he's earned roughly $40 over the current quarter. So let's just say he spent only $3,000 on the video. He's earning a whopping $160 a year, which means it'd only take 18 3/4 years to pay for itself. And by the year 2053, he would have made a profit. Also, got to point out his camera guy seems to work with his tongue sticking out. Right, that's enough of these for now. We'll be back to check out OG Hitchcock's masterpiece later on. Now it's time to go to Farmington to see what Tsunami and Red are up to. Today, Tsunami is introducing Red to her passion pad.
Is that, babe?
Damn, yeah, probably.
I gotta go throw the on the bed.
You're gonna do what in the bed now?
I gotta go throw the on the bed.
Well, you're a free man, Red. We'd rather use the bathroom, but, knock yourself out, son.
How's the bed?
Oh, hello, steady on. I think Tsunami's planning on blowing out a few bed springs.
Is it comfortable?
Yeah.
No, you naughty sausage. Not allowed to laugh at that.
First kiss in our bed.
In the house, babe.
Not the first man in her bed, though.
We do have some work to do, some communication issues.
Yes, other men's penises communicating with your vagina. And Red communicating the crap out of his side piece. Also, I love the low-key advert for spam in this scene. And why not hang your jump leads in the kitchen next to the air fryer you got for Christmas and never use? Oh, and how Tsunami's forehead looks like it's whistling. Anyways, this is all a bit boring. Let's go over to Ellsbury Vagina, where we're back in the welcoming bosom of Chance and Tayler. Bloody hell, we got to look at this face again. And yes, I know, he's got a new girlfriend and has been putting naughty pictures online. So is Tayler. And there's all that business with the car crash. But we're catching up with that, so don't you worry, Murray. On we go. So, Chance Branson and Tayler were talking about the mysterious, not very mysterious guy who drove by that wanted to play TikToks with Chance. The one Chance denied knowing. So he starts his dubious story. Once upon a time...
When I was in prison, I would hustle.
Yeah, this story's bound to end up just fine.
He gave me some stuff to sell that he paid for, and
Stuff? I wonder what that stuff could have been. Haribo, maybe? I don't know, something else that's quite popular in prison. Anyway, Columbo puts it together and realizes...
But you do know who that guy is. So you lied to me again.
I didn't see that coming. Probably because I had my back turned.
I mean, how many more secrets do you have?
Hello, lads. Just got another load of Chance's shit arrived. Just chuck it with the rest, yeah? And what does a Chance do when he's faced with some facts? Well, he gets all ghetto and blames his punch bag.
Until you're ready to marry me, you don't need to be all up in my business. Not all of my business.
So is that A, emotionally blackmailing her into marriage? B, just some standard Chance gaslighting? C, him intentionally setting the bar for knowing his stuff at a height she'll never achieve because he never actually intends on marrying her? And you know what? I imagine if she said she'd marry him tomorrow, he'd run a mile. It's just his go-to bluff. Or is it D, just blaming her as usual, and what he's blaming her for is largely irrelevant to the situation, and just happens to be the thing he's holding against her at this moment in time. Whatever it is, it smells a bit poopy to me, but Chance thinks he's got this deception thing down.
If I wanted to hide the problem, you wouldn't even know about it.
What, like the gambling habit you were hiding and she found about? Or the woman at the bar that she found out about? Or those texts that she found out about? Yeah, he's like the Mr. Bean of adultery. So Chance now qualifies for the list of stuff you've done speech.
Have a conversation with me. Get off your phone every once in a while.
And Chance has really grown up about it and totally doesn't have a little tantrum. Got to say though, I do quite like what they've done with the bedroom decor. I like the soft, lighty, natural, woody sort of look. Speaking of liking a bit of wood, we're now off to Lukan to see Discount Keira Knightley and Jeffrey Dahmer. They're a handsome couple, aren't they? No joke at the end of that, just, saying. Anyway, today we're doing a bit of sports with Discount Keira and her daughter.
Basketball was my one true love in high school.
I do love a bit of Lindsay. And I totally wasn't really looking, but, this one's in jail and this one's out on bail. Ha!
Men.
Discount Keira loved a bit of the old basketballs in college, you know? Actually, here's a fact for you. If you take her college basketball team and laid them one after the next, you'd have Lindsay's sophomore year. So they checked some balls about and blah, 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 but nothing fun happened. So I skipped to the next bit of the Millz's. And Millz's mum, who reminds me of William the Worm from Labyrinth, has given them a paternity test as a gift, so Michael kind of puts it into perspective.
One of my uncle's kids turned out to not be his biological child.
The whole storyline isn't about the mum's doubts. I want to see Millz doing his old music career thing again. But I guess the producers want to start off with a callback to previous events, which were talked about on social media quite a bit. So at the moment it's all a bit meh, really. Let's see what Discount Keira and Jeffrey are up to.
Hey guys, what's happening? What's going on? Good to see y'all.
Creepy lawyer has had a beach makeover. Sandals. Smells like midlife crisis to me. But this time it's Lindsay's turn to sweat on his leather.
The state charges themselves are still pending. I still have to face the repercussions.
And she's looking at a few charges, which include selling naughties. And Discount Keira is looking at a big old slice of time.
I've got you looking at 40 years. Potentially.
40 years. That would make Lindsay a ripe old 70 when she got out. But creepy lawyer guy just wants her to himself.
I want to keep you at home, okay?
In the basement, where it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again.
I love Blaine. But I don't know if we would make it through a prison sentence.
Well, I'd be concerned after leaving him alone for 4 minutes without a crash helmet. But enough of this for now. Let's see what Tsunami and Red flags are up to. And Red kinda looks like what would happen if they made a Dread version of the Grinch.
You proposed to Joy after you had sex with Julie, though, right?
Yes.
He got up to the old mamba from Uganda, then totally proposed out of guilt afterwards. Good work, Casanova. But this whole segment is really boring, so I thought I'd check out what kind of amazing things are on their calendar, which is slightly more interesting than the dialogue. Looks like Daddy's only sticking around for the filming. Well, I'm assuming these blurred out things are filming, because on the one they left clear, whether they did that because they forgot one, or because they wanted to make it look like they filmed it all in one day. See, the filming she writes at the bottom, and these are all in the same place. Then Daddy leaves bye-bye 2 days later. Other than that, do they really need a massive classroom whiteboard for the super busy 2 things they've got going on? Oh, don't forget payday on the 29th. Right, back to OG Kame. And it's time to make that amazing music video that he spent thousands of dollars and a week planning. Yes! And while we're here, let's correct that title image they used for OG WoW and Aris. There we go, that's much better. I shall use this from now on. Anyway, might want to wash those hands after touching that.
Please get busy.
And probably a dose of chlamydia and herpes too. So OG Spielberg meets with his director and they proceed to talk over each other. Say what?
Because once the baby here, I'm a...
Yeah, great. No idea what either of them said.
You already know I got you on the marketing.
No, that's enough of that. Clearly a conversation is mostly impossible. So let's see what other fun things Kame might say.
But my wife don't see.
Pause. Now, he was going to say, what she don't see, she don't know, or words to that effect. But then you see his little brain suddenly remember that large TV crew in the corner of the room, and maybe he needs to switch tact.
Me investing this money in the long run is going to make us this much.
Ah, good job, Kame. Remember the old investment angle. But he's not finished with his wisdom after his words of wow with Lena earlier. He's got this nugget of goodness.
That's because they think with emotion and not logic. I'm thinking with logic and not emotion.
Okay, OG Socrates, drop in some more wisdom on us. Women think we're emotion, not logic. That doesn't mean we're logic, not emotion. Yeah, good one. So you're saying women think we're this one thing and not this other thing, which doesn't mean we're the thing that they say we're not or the thing that they say we are. Well, I think I might be missing the genius somewhere. Then this happens.
Aris probably upset about me shooting a video and spending money.
But I don't think that's what he said when they recorded it. Listen to the change of pitch in his voice.
And spending money.
And then there's the cutaways, so we don't actually see him saying that part. Very sus editing there, WeTV. So my version is just the part before the edit.
Aris probably upset about me shooting a video.
And I'm sure Alice is thrilled that he spent thousands on something that benefits the family. Oh, but don't worry, he's monetized.
Aesthetics that we trying to go for are gonna cost a couple $1,000s.
So what does Aris make of it all?
Shooting a music video for his new song that he just released.
Released used to mean that your work is being put out by a label for general consumption. I guess releasing is just chucking stuff on your socials now. Anyway, that tight mouth as she spoke means just one thing.
I'm pissed. I'm just not doing it at all.
And what's she gonna do about it?
Let me see if I can pull up his location on my phone.
Because all healthy couples can track each other at will.
I'm gonna pop up on his ass because I really want to see what all this video entails.
Oh yeah, Aris is gonna be clapping Kame cheeks next. But I'm sure it'll all be fine. What could Kame possibly be up to?
I need Kinky. Where is Kinky? Yeah, I need Kinky.
I'm also wondering what that cameraman was up to in that back room. See? Sneaky Mr. Cameraman. I think I know where Kinky disappeared to.
Where is Kinky? Yeah, I need Kinky.
Next on the treatment that Kame said he'd been working on all week. A marvel of cinematic drama, I'm sure you'll agree.
So for the intro, you want her to come up and do her thing?
Yeah, up until the...
But like a Hitchcock, Aris brings in the twist.
Super freak, what's the
I'm sure it'll be fine. And Kame's been having such a lovely time at the party, but now his mum's come to pick him up and make him clean his room.
I just feel like, you
need to bring your ass down here.
Oh dear, it'll be tears before bedtime. And that gangster status is looking a bit soft now he's been reprimanded in front of his new mates. Big deal, Rappy, you know. So, backstage, Aris is just warming up.
Is all this?
It's a video.
No, it's a video.
And Kame goes into passive mode, eyes wide open, eyebrows raised, cornered child.
I mean, I'm not trying to hear that.
I'm not trying to say it.
The money.
And also lowers his voice so that you look like the irrational crazy one. And so he can tell you to calm down when you hit a raw nerve. And just in case he's not showing enough disrespect already, he decides to lay back and look like it ain't no thing.
I'm looking at.
Oh, not sure that's a wise move, mister. Pissing off a lady and then sitting right there with your legs wide open. No, I'm sure Aris needs no help from me, but, I'm just gonna put this right about here. So, Kame starts his defense by trying to say how much he does for the household. You know, that one that's getting evicted soon.
Everything in my pocket is going towards this house.
I don't think it's the money you had in your pocket that's the problem. It's that Bill's been stuffed into strippers' G-strings that had her eyebrows raised. But for now, she's exercising restraint.
But I didn't think that it was gonna be this.
And her patience and respect is greeted with...
I'm glad you're not paid to think.
Did he really say that?
Yes, he did. And there's a dirty great period on the end of it too.
Quit stressing me and my child.
So she's in the wrong for getting stressed out because he spent thousands as a piece of crap that nobody will watch, and it's so dated too. Do people still do tunes about being in that club? The whole look at me by myself with some boobies and bums I've rented is so done, isn't it? And all just a little bit pathetic. It's telling too that Kame placed himself on the stage in the club. A lot of rappers do the whole being waited on in the VIP section by hordes of jiggly ladies, relaxing on some kind of plush, luxurious, yet wipeable sofa type thing, flashing their money and acting nonchalant about getting the attentions of women who never seem to have eye contact with them. But not Kame. No, he wants to be the one on stage, the entertainment, the employee. He wants to be the one with his legs akimbo, while some guy chucks dirty old ones at him. He wants to be the one doing all the hoeing round here, you know. He's a bit like one of these. Looks like business in the front, but if you look from another angle, it's all about the hoe. So Kame sees himself as a muse rather than a master, the subordinate. He wants to be the pretty lady on stage, getting all the attention, maybe because he grew up in a household of strong women and had to develop attention-seeking behaviours. Anyway, enough of Kame's slightly homoerotic fantasies. Aris is slipping into second gear as Kame asks what they could have spent the money on anyway.
Like a freaking house.
We are spending money on the house.
Well, not just a couple of grand that he's spunking up the wall on the video, clearly. And when confronted by a reasonable argument, OG Kindergarten just gets louder and stamps his little feet.
No, no. You stop.
Well, that's totally convinced me you're right.
Talk to me like that again and I'm out of here.
I'd book the Uber myself. But OG angsty teenager wants to be left alone with his Dragon Ball Z.
Get out of here. That's the whole point. Okay, get you out of my face.
That I would totally do if I was her. Permanently. And as Aris walks off...
I'm not here for this.
Oh, another home.
Well, what does Aris do? Stand by her man? Go get something that's pump action from her trunk? Well, my beautiful viewer, I guess we'll have to wait till next time to find out. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope life is being very nice to you. Thank you too for all the support and lovely messages. Each one is very dear to me. If you haven't already, please consider a like or a sub. Or have a little looky at one of these little beauties. So until I see you again, stay beautiful, love to my 3. You take care of yourself.